We should have never come here. I don't mean that in the way people say after a vacation goes wrong. Missed flights, lost luggage, overpriced meals. No, I mean it in the way someone mutters right before they die, when regret is the last thing their brain registers before shutting down completely. We arrived on Mora Island just after sunset. The flight was fine, but as soon as we stepped off the ferry, something felt off. There was no welcoming committee, no friendly resort staff handing out complimentary drinks with those tiny umbrellas, just empty docks, a few scattered boats, and a single man in a rain-stained poncho standing at the edge of the pier. His face looked like it had been lived in too long. Deep lines, sunken eyes that didn't seem to blink. He didn't say much, just stared as we grabbed our bags and started down the only road leading into town. No taxis, no streetlights, no welcome sign. This place looks deserted, Maggie muttered beside me, tightening her grip on her rolling suitcase. It's a private island, I reminded her, though I was just trying to convince myself. Exclusive. She didn't look convinced. Neither did Liam or Claire, the other couple we had dragged into this trip. It was supposed to be a break from the real world, an untouched paradise, a perfect blend of nature and seclusion. But as we walked toward the small cluster of buildings ahead, it was clear something was wrong. There were no sounds, no ocean breeze rustling the trees, no distant music from a bar, just silence. And then, a voice, whispering right behind me. I whipped around so fast I nearly tripped over my own feet. Nobody was there, just the dark stretch of road behind us, the slow lapping of the water against the dock. I glanced at Maggie. "Did you?" She was staring straight ahead, frozen. I followed her gaze. At the entrance to the village, a man stood perfectly still in the middle of the dirt road. Not a single muscle twitched. He wore an old suit, the fabric wet and sagging like he had just crawled out of the ocean. His face was wrong, too long, too pale, too hollow. His lips parted slightly, and even from 20 feet away, I could hear the slow, labored sound of his breathing. Then, he took a step forward. Liam grabbed my arm. "We need to go, now." The first night. The resort was exactly as advertised. Huge, sprawling bungalows along the shore, high-end amenities, infinity pools stretching out toward the horizon. But it was empty. No staff, no other guests, just us. There were fresh linens on the beds, food in the fridge, even our names on the reservation log at the front desk, but not a single damn person around. Maggie and Claire wanted to leave. Liam agreed. Me, I don't know. There was something strangely magnetic about the place, like I was supposed to be here, like something was waiting for me to realize it. I kept thinking about the man in the suit. Where had he gone? Had we imagined him? And what the hell was up with that whispering? That night, I woke up to the sound of footsteps above us. The bungalow was one story. I sat up, heart hammering. The footsteps continued, slow and deliberate, like someone pacing directly over our heads. Then, a soft creak and the unmistakable sound of a door clicking open. I didn't move. The air in the room felt wrong, thick and humid like a living thing. Maggie stirred beside me, her breath shallow. "Did you hear that?" I didn't answer, because I wasn't sure we were alone anymore. The second day, we were locked in, not in the resort, the island itself. Liam and I went back to the docks first thing in the morning. The boats were still there, but the engines were gutted. The ferry that had dropped us off? Gone. No cell service, no Wi-Fi, no emergency radio. We were stranded. Claire lost it first. She started screaming at nobody, insisting we were being watched, that something was in the trees. I believed her, because I had seen it too. That thing in the suit. I saw him from our bungalow window at sunrise, standing perfectly still at the tree line, watching us. The same sunken face, the same wet clothes dripping onto the sand. But this time, his mouth was open wider, too wide, like his jaw was unhinging, stretching past human limits. And I swear to God, I could hear him whispering my name. The final night. We tried to leave, tried to build a raft, swim out, anything. But the water wasn't right. It pulled at us. Not like a current, but like something underneath was reaching up, grasping. We made it maybe 50 yards before Liam got dragged under. 1 second, he was right beside me. The next, he was gone. No splash. No struggle, just gone. We screamed his name, dove under, searched until our lungs felt like they were going to explode. Nothing. Claire wouldn't stop crying. Maggie wouldn't speak. And the man in the suit, he was standing waist deep in the water now, arms outstretched like he had just finished an embrace, his mouth still open, whispering. But this time, I understood the words. "You were always mine." The escape. I don't remember how we got away. 1 second we were on the beach. Trapped. The next I was waking up in a hospital bed in Miami. They told me I was the only one found. No Maggie, no Claire, no Liam, just me. The Coast Guard picked me up 3 miles offshore, half drowned, covered in deep scratches. They said the island doesn't exist, that there's no record of it, no ferry logs, no satellite images, no Mora Island. But I know what I saw, and at night, when everything is quiet, I still hear the whispering, closer now, like it's trying to tell me something I already know, like it's trying to remind me I was never supposed to leave.